Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. I am attempting to be back from a pulled muscle in my calf. I have been babying it since Friday when it happened, and it did happen during Zumba. Very dramatically, when you don't sleep enough, and I didn't get to, we had like cold weather, so there was some cancellations of the classes, so I ended up having like 5 days off. And then I do have this whole potassium muscle cramping thing that I need to eat my bananas, and I did not eat a banana before class, so I paid for it. It has been many years since I've like sprained an ankle, which have done a lot, and I've never pulled a calf muscle. I've watched Hub with a pulled calf muscle hobble around, and it was pretty painful. So today my goal is to just color whatever I can be comfortable coloring. I can't quite get down into my zero grav chair, so I am sitting up for this. These are very simple images, so I think I will be okay. I just didn't want to miss another day. So we will see how it goes. I've picked two color combos from the Irojiten. I've even changed around because I had some extra downtime. I spent more time methodically thinking through the 2 pages, and I am not going in the order of my random number. I'm moving around some things on the next 2 pages. So this particular image, there's 8 small images on this page, and I moved out a metallic. It's the Castle Arts and the Brilliance metallics. Those are going to go on the next page, and on this page is going to be Irojiten on top. I picked Irojiten because, again, it's the smallest set. So I will base all of my color choices on the Irojiten's choices and then go from there. Then we've got the Color 180 color barrel. In fact, this is going to be a really pretty page. Very vibrant. Because then we have Black Widow and Artex. And what I ended up doing, there were 3 Derwent in a row, which I don't know why, you don't know how this random number generator works with Excel. I only own 3 Derwent sets of pencils, and they were all 3 together. So I thought that it would be fun to, they were 3 together, but they were spanning 2 different pages. So all I had to do was pull the Artex in and move and shift everything out by 1, and then move the metallic over to the other page, which the other page I'm very excited for. Today's page, the images rather, that I'm working on right now are pretty simple, and I've been doing quite a bit of it. The next page is going to be a little bit different for me. So I am here. I've got took some pain medication. I did go to the grocery store. I wanted to do some work with it, and I think I overdid it a little bit. So once I'm done with coloring, I am going to get the foot up, and I'm going to put it through its paces of ice. I've got this red light that my mom gave me, and then I have like a deep massager thing. So as soon as I am done with this, I get to go put it up for the day and let it rest. Yesterday, I did intend to color, but I actually when Hub was taking his nap, I went ahead and, in fact, I was already in bed elevating it for the day because I did do Zumba, but I shuffled. I was just very low impact, small moves, just to kind of keep it moving and feel where it was. And it was probably, I overdid it. I think I should have waited until tomorrow for my first just kind of a shuffle dancing hour, not pushing it on Monday. But, you never know where you're at till you do it. So basically I was already laying down with my foot elevated when he came in, and then with the pain medication, I fell asleep. So there was no coloring happening. All right, so our first set of colors. I wanted to go pink to purple, make it really bright and vibrant, and so I'm pulling in 1 neon. I do not have neons in. I have neons maybe in the Color 180. Black Widow has some very bright colors. Artec has some very bright colors. So I think this page will pop when we're all done. So here's my color combo for, there's a butterfly we're going to do first, and then there's a flower next to it. So we get to go all the way from pink, plastic pink F1 to anemone pink EX6, then on to wild grape EX5 to I need to reverse these. The iris violet is like the transitionary color. Being the word violet, it is more of a pinky purple. V9 iris violet, then on to wild grape EX5, finishing off with a nice deep purpley navy indigo D20. So this will be a very fun color combo, and I'll talk about, like, butterflies. I kind of have a way I color them to try to get the colors to pop. So I am going to start, and I think the body might just be iris. I mean indigo. I could do indigo and then do a glaze of gray or black to knock back the color tone. So yes, I hate when I hurt myself. I am my mom and I both are somewhat accident prone. We are those very overly active people that don't know our limits and overdo things. And my mom was dancing with me. And so the first thing she says when I stop dancing in the middle and I hop on over to the side, which she uses a chair, because of her heart, she feels more comfortable with a chair. And I had to sit in the chair and massage my leg, and I felt really silly. But I haven't hurt myself. I've been dancing, slowly working up my skill level, and I am not a dancing person at all. And now I can do the high impact moves. It has been since 2021 that I have been working on this, and we're on 2025. It has been a solid 4 years of dancing and swimming to get to where I'm at today. So this is this nice dark indigo. And if I even want to go darker, I can go ahead and do, again, the black or a charcoal gray. I know that there's not a lot of grays in this set. Again, this is the 100. So that's how I'm going to start. And then what I'm going to do is, on all of these little bits, I am going to start on the far end with the dark, so that they crisscross each other. The darks and the lights will crisscross. And hopefully this will all make sense. So this is the way I can get it to really be vibrant. And I'm using like medium-ish pressure. So outside, outside. Oh, this one needs to be on the outside. And then the dark on the inside. And once I get it all together, it will all make sense, and you will see how it pops. So medium to light pressure, little circles. I'm not going for any texture, I'm going for smooth. I have sharpened these. They are super hard. The hardest pencils I own, but they are surprisingly good for how hard they are. They have surprised me more than once. On more than one occasion, I was very impressed with them. They can be a little finicky, and there's certain paper, my main paper being the Bristol Vellum, which I've been coloring in the coloring books all winter for the most part. So I have this Bristol Vellum that goes through my printer. These pencils are not good on. They just are not. There we go. That was out of focus. Okay, the next one in my combination is going to be moving to Wild Grape, which is, again, it's a purple, bluey purple. And I'm going to be pretty soft with this. This is more of a transitionary color in the grand scheme of things. So I'm going to reveal for you guys, not talking so much about Lucky, who is fantastic and is sleeping right next to me. More on him later this week. I've started a video, a new montage of videos with a thing that he does that's pretty amazing, but we will talk about that later. But what I want to talk about is I have all these videos, and I've been thinking through, knowing that I have a need to get through these videos, hundreds of them now, where I'm coloring every day. And I thought, as people come in and they see this channel and what it's all about, now that I've got enough content up here, it's possible that people will want to like watch a video of all of the days of me coloring, so that each page is its own video. So I have been playing with that concept, and I am going to make a membership for this channel that will give everyone access to the full, complete, joined together collection of videos making up an entire page. And then at the end of that video, I will take photography, 4+ images of maybe focusing in on certain areas that maybe have some special shimmer or some sort of special element to it. And so that will be behind a subscription. And then I'm going to also probably have like Google Docs with the index. This will be an entire book, Small Victories, page 1 through page 82, and you can watch me color the entire book one page at a time. You can change the order that you want. So I'm working on the index. I will call that the index, and that's all going to be for the members. And then the membership, there's going to have the standard, you get your what would you call it? The icons for how long you've been a member. So I've got the purple in there, and now I'm going to go one lighter, iris violet. So now we're transitioning, and I'm going to go do it so you can see the violet-y color going toward pink now. Okay. I'm trying to color it in a way that will give you the impact of what it looks like at the end. So expect to see memberships available the end of January. I knew that eventually I would have enough content that it would need to be cataloged, and that people will possibly want to see the whole page in one continuous stream, so that you're not hopping around from video to video. I figure that on my larger pages, like in Magical Worlds, and then as I get the eerie romantic country pages, those episodes, those are like 9 episodes long. So I will be compiling those. The membership will include everything starting January 2025, and then I will grow my collection of completed videos behind the membership firewall as I have time. But you will always get every new video posted. And I wish that I could color ahead of time and give subscribers or members. I think it's really odd, the naming conventions. So I switched from that violet to, now we're into the pink. We're into the anemone pink. And be able to post the completed coloring, but because I color real time every day, for real, not pre-done or scripted or anything, it's just me coloring, sitting down to color every day, I'm going to have to post the completed at the end once I have finished the page and done my photography, because I want to give you the completed picture. So that's the plan. And then as we grow, I will be, getting input. My polls that I do, I will put, there will still be polls for everyone, but there will also be polls for the members to help participate in growing the channel content. So I hope that that is something that will appeal to you all, and expect that by the end of the month I will have that up and running. I could overthink it and be nervous about it, and who's going to want to pay for being a member, and I think that I need to have that content available, so I'm just going to do it. I've got this one little area that I missed, so I'm going to quickly go back here and add that color range in very quickly. That was the indigo. This is the wild grape, and it's such a small space that I can go right to the violet. I mean, not the violet, this is anemone pink. Yeah, anemone pink. So I've set it. I have been working on it in the background, and now you guys know. So memberships are coming. It's going to be only, to keep things simple, because I'm already doing quite a bit content-wise. It's going to be just one offering, and you can just pay different amounts depending on the support that you want to provide to the channel. So I will be doing an intro video, and the main thing is, I do not work full-time. I am a retired person, mainly due to health reasons, and so keeping my income for being able to provide continuing new content, this is a way to help do that and not cause a big financial strain. So the more funds that I have coming in will allow me to have more fun new supplies. It's mainly all about the new supplies and keeping my supplies inventory full. Okay, so that's what we've got, and now I'm going to do the outer framing, and then I can brighten it up a little bit. I was toying with whether or not to leave any of it white, but I think I want it to be all colored. I can take this pink now and do a little bit of like a burnishing so that the whole area has that undertone of this hot pink, sort of neon-y. Now I'm going to take the outside. I'm going to skip indigo because I already did indigo. And in fact, because I already had the pink in my hand, I want to show you kind of it's like my standard butterfly coloring strategy, since it has the outer framing areas and then the inner little segments. They're like a segmented image. And this is how I'm going to make him pop. Right next to a segment that has dark, I am purposefully making sure that I have light for its framing. These are a light layering pencil, so you will see that as you add more color in light layers, it gets more and more vibrant. And they feel pretty good on this paper. All right, I'm moving on to the anemone pink. Now, and the sad thing is, you guys are upside down, so you're going to want to see it like that. We have rain in the forecast the entire day. So when I'm sitting here coloring with you guys, it feels like I'm in Washington State, and it is cold. I am wearing leggings, a short sleeve shirt, and a hoodie. By far more clothing than I ever have to wear here typically. All right, so I mean, I could leave some white, but I think I'm going to be coloring everything in. I'm moving on into the lavender. except I need to not use wild grape. I want to use the iris violet. Moving on to wild grape now. I had just done the indigo, so let's... I can see there's some white here that I will fill in. With the anemone pink. So the next color combination that I am going to do will be 4 greens that I will vary on all of the surrounding leaves. So basically, again, the summary of my butterfly strategy is dark always around the body, dark to light in the frame, and each segment then goes light to dark so that they are intersecting, crossing over the darks right next to the lights. And I think that gives it the biggest impact. And if you have your own strategy for butterflies and it is a little different, I would love to hear it so I can post it so we all can try each other's techniques for butterfly coloring out. All right, I'm going to move on to the green. Just smoothing out some of these colors. I have not yet decided if I want to do a background. I may even, what I haven't done a lot of is waiting and coming back to images, but depending on what I do on the other side, I might want to add a background to this side. I might make it dependent on how the other side comes out. All right, so that is our beautiful butterfly. Love it. The 4 greens that I have picked, I didn't go with a neon green at the end, but I did go with a bright green. All right, so, and I know you're upside down, so look at this. I'm gonna put them this direction. There we go. So the lightest color is spring green, P15. The silver is a little bit hard against the glossy white. Lettuce green, P5. Parrot green, V5. And spruce, D18. And the reason why I do, like I did that color half the time I do it backwards. I like to have the colors this direction because I'm holding them in my hand. Actually, I am. And I always start with the dark. Okay, so I do it this direction because in my hand, here's my hand, I will pull the dark first because I like to do my shadows. And so that is why when I hold them wrong for you, I reverse them because I want them in my hand that way. So I will be starting with the spruce. On all of these leaves, the ones that are the multi-pointed kind of deciduous tree leaves. Really, all of these are. It looks like I have two kinds of leaves. These little oval, and then the ones with pointy edges. So the pointy edges ones are going to start with spruce. I did not pull this. This could be a brown, but I'm going to leave it green, I think. These are a quiet, easy to use. They feel silky, not dry, not buttery. And you can easily, when you do your light layers, you can see that this second layer I'm putting more in the middle and on the very ends is darker. And it's very easy to do that. And I really like how easy it is to do small spaces with these pencils. Oh my gosh, we had a little cry. Yep, and then all he did, he cried that little bit, and then he rotated a little on his blanket, and now he's back to sleep. Such a good kitten. Okay, so that is going to be for all of the spiky leaves. Now we're going to move on to parrot green, which is a middle green. It's the brightest color. One lighter. To lettuce green. I didn't initially have, I tried to do a 3-color blend, but I needed a transition. Spring green is the lightest color, and parrot green to spring green was too big of a jump. Lightest green is spring green. And then I am going to, look at that, looking great. Nice and bright. I'm going to do all of these since I have spring green in my hand. Not sure how long that was not focused. I keep forgetting to look. I actually brought out my big rubber band that came with these clipboards. I'm going to experiment with that. And then Dawn came over to color. She has a longer clipboard than my clipboards. It's narrower but longer, or wider, for the bigger books. And I am going to see if it's an easier way to keep those big books corralled, because I might need a longer clipboard. Okay, one color darker. We're going to go back through on those little leaves and add some lettuce green. And then, I don't know, I should be able to do the next image pretty quickly now that I've talked it through. It is a floral, so the whole dark to light with the inverse light to dark for the butterflies doesn't really apply, but I might be able to use some of that strategy for these colors, the pink to purple. All right, I see right here where I could do dark. Right before I started filming, you guys, I'm getting ready. I'm cleaning off some disk space on the phone. And this armadillo, it's raining, and they're nocturnal. They're like dawn and dusk. And he came through, really, he or she came through so fast. It's like, where are you going, buddy? So evidently they were trying to get somewhere in a hurry. All right, that is finished except the little body, and I will not do the body right now. I'm going to take these greens and go ahead. I've got all of the greenery starts out from underneath this main flower. So for me, I am going to start all of these. You need to see what I'm doing. Let me move this and show you. All right, so the darkest green is Spruce D18, and it will be done as shadows coming out from under each of the leaves. So I'm now at the spine. This right here is the spine of the book. So it's fat. Over 3/4 of the book is underneath this, but that means that there's movement, as you can see. So my focus might be a little challenging. We'll just have to see how it goes. I do these larger leaves, I might be able to do a little more shadow or shading. Now I'm doing light to do a transition between this darker color and the parrot green. These little lined areas I could leave the darkest. All right. Moving on to parrot green. There is the parrot green. So I did do, as I get this finished up quickly, I did some winter coloring in Teresa Goodrich. It's one of the pages that I said was a January, February plan to color. And Dawn was over here and we were coloring together, so I had her pick my set of pencils to use. Gave her my big list and we talked a little bit about them. She asked some questions. All right, so I'm going to move to the lettuce green now. And I would like the lettuce green to be the bases of each of these flowers. So she picked out the pencils and I did my mock-up. So I'm going to go ahead and video that. Memberships will also include coloring that I don't typically post. Like I spontaneously colored the Christmas house page. So what I'll do is have everybody will get to see it. I will post it ahead of time so that the membership people can have early access. So I thought that would be a fun treat. Trying not to like change what you've been used to getting for just this is added material. So I hope that everybody will like it. All right. Lightest color, spring green. I am going to set that down. I could do some more work on those, but I think I am good for now. Picking up my 5 floral pink to purple blend, grabbing the dark. This is indigo. I don't know that I'm going to need, to me, flowers are a little different than the butterfly. So I don't know that I'm going to have to do any dark to light, reversed light to dark because of the way flowers work. So flowers, I typically will always start with the dark color where the petal looks like it's going underneath another petal. That's where the dark will be. So I'm going to continue and just do that. And I think I'm going to make the butterflies be the pink, the purple, or the violet to pink. All right, what have we got here? This is iris violet, but I should be doing a little bit of the wild grape first. I should say that the barrels for these two colors is counterintuitive. They're a little bit off. The wild grape is darker than this, or sorry, this is the wild grape. This barrel is misleading because it is lighter than the violet, which is my third color. There's the iris violet. So that's why you keep seeing me grab the wrong color. It's the barrel. These are tiny, so I'm not going to have a lot. I don't mind that, like, this one doesn't have any of the indigo, and I'm okay with that. They can be all a little bit different color. They don't have to all be identical. Now I've got this iris violet that looks darker. The barrel does anyway. Starting to get toward the pink. And I think I'm even, with these curled down on the ends, I'm going to make the ends dark as well. And she's got little dots. So we've got a prompt for some shadowing on the ends. Now we're going to do some anemone pink. All right, so I've left it all very light. It has a lot of tooth showing so that I can come in and darken everything up. I still have the lightest pink left. This is our hot pink. called Plastic Pink, P1. How are we doing for time? We're at our 45 minutes. I made it 45 minutes. I get very focused on the coloring, so it takes my mind off of things. All right, I'm going to grab a couple of different colors. This is the Wild Grape. Oh, and somebody is here. I'm going to stop now and see who's here. All right, that was the neighbor. She was coming over to tell me something about the cat. My cat, Lucky. I had posted something on Facebook, and with the turkeys. Someday. Boy, the turkeys, they are something else. There's 14 of those suckers, and they came right up to the window, and Lucky was looking at them, and we all had a great time. So, back to indigo, D20. I want to do some shadowing here to finish this off. And you can just keep layering these Irojitens, just add more and more. They don't ever turn into a slick because they're an oil-based. You can just keep layering and layering forever. I have yet to find their limit. Each layer adds more dimension and depth to them. All right, I want to get a little bit, I'm going to mix some colors here, so some variations of the pink. So it matches the butterfly, and then maybe this whole page will end up being this bright palette. And I said I wanted the butterflies to be pink to violet. So let's do, oops, and his body is not supposed to be pink. But I can fix that. A little, thank goodness for the erasing you can do with pencils. All right, so that hub just snug up and out the door. Very nice. Oops, this guy needs a little more. So each one of these small buds is going to look a little different. Well, thank you all for joining me today. We will be continuing on tomorrow with, according to my notes here, the Color 180 color barrel. We can go ahead and move out a little bit so you can see what both look like. Notice this, there's some white. This one has no white. He needs his body done. So what I might do to make it all coordinate is commit and do no white on this flower, which is not like me to do. All right. All right, so do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you will join me tomorrow, and we will continue on to row 2 with the Color 180 set using these same color tones. Hope to see you all there.